Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, and with the sound clip that you shared with me earlier, and the fans of Loose Stool will definitely be hearing a new sound quality on some of our guitar segues that we like to throw in there. But
yeah, you're getting some new ones.
Man, like fuck yeah, very exciting, and it sounds fucking amazing. But yeah, you were giving me all sorts of good feels, like thinking about you using the new pedal and remembering the last time that I'd gotten a new pedal, and just thinking about like, oh man, it's so much fun. You just start twisting knobs, like, what does this sound like?
Mm-hmm.
What does this sound like? You just play for fucking hours like you're 12 or 14 or what, whatever age you started playing at. Well, you started very young,
7.
but you know what I'm saying, yeah.
I was 7. 20 yeyears, buddy.
That's awesome. Yeah, you were one of those bad. When I worked at Guitar Center, you were one of those little punk 12-year-olds that would come in and be better than I was at 20. You just look at this kid like, I'm really impressed, but I also hate him.
That happened. When I was like 13, I think. Well, no, not quite 13. I was probably like more like 15. I went into White House of Music in West Bend, and I was testing out some guitar amp or whatever. And I was playing this riff through it that I had just come up with recently at the time. And I ended up recording my first, like, quote-unquote professionally recorded song ever because this dude who worked there heard me playing at, like, 15 years old. And he was probably, like, my age now, like, late 20s. And he's like, that's fucking awesome. Like, you want to come to my house in Dundee? Like, and there's not a concern about, child abduction at that time. Really, at least not like it is today. But I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, like, I'll have, I just got my learner's permit. I'll drive up to your house and record guitar. And it was fine. But
well, of course it was, because people aren't as crazy as the fucking, like, I don't want to go onto a mass media fucking rant because, like, I think most of it's good, but, like, truthfully, most people don't want to kill you, they don't want to abduct you, they don't want to molest you. They might just want to hang out and play guitar and be, like, a mentor to somebody who's, 10 years younger than them or whatever. It's amazing that, like, this is how sick our minds have become, is that's where we go to when, like, you're like, oh, somebody took an interest into my talent when I was a young kid and they wanted me to come over and, like, learn more about the craft, and we just, like, child molester, like, that's fucked up.
More innocent times. One brilliant piece of studio setup that he had that I, to this day, I still remember just because I think it's awesome. He had an ice fishing shanty set up at one of those portable, like, pop-up ice fishing shanties at the top of his staircase with his vocal mic in it for sound canceling. And I thought that was awesome.
Oh,
that's perfect. Like, that's like such a good idea. I can't believe more people don't do that.
Man, it really, and I might take this opportunity to kind of switch the thinking or switch the topic a little bit, but it really just shows you how many people that are just doing average things in the world, like, are very fucking intelligent with what they're doing, but, like, so, like, we want to go into a studio as a musician and just see that somebody has, like, all the nice equipment. But there's a dude out there, right, and I wasn't the dude, even though I tried to be the dude that didn't have all the nice equipment. For those that know the story of the Music Motel, most won't. 99.99999, percent of the world won't, and probably 100%. I don't know, whatever. I'm rambling. But there's people out there that have great talents, but they don't have the equipment because they never came up with the money, right? So they've never been able to, like, prove their talents and show what they can do, like, in the world. And then you have, like, privileged people who just get that chance because, like, maybe they were a kid who, like, dad was able to buy them a full fucking studio. They don't have nearly the thought process of somebody like your friend who recorded there, to think of something as clever as that, to put that up there, because this is somebody that's working within what he has, what he knows, and he's just making it work. And then you got these fuckers who just have money and they go, well, look at how pretty this looks. Of course you'd rather record with me than with somebody who's had to learn, like the hard way. And as far as finance is concerned, I'll just stick with that. As far as finance is concerned, this is something that really has pissed me off with the entire GameStop saga that has gone on. So I'm just a dude who said, you know what? Savings accounts don't work anymore. They don't give you enough money. Our stock markets are very low, or they were at the time that I got in because of coronavirus. I'm going to put some money in, and I'm going to let it grow. And I fell into this GameStop trade because I was learning on my own with the funds that I had. I didn't even know about Wall Street Bets or about any of these people who created this momentum and this craziness and everything that's happened. I just fell into it. But what it's really made me think is the people who came up with whatever mechanism that created this craze should be working on Wall Street. They should be working for hedge funds. These are people that should have been given the opportunities in life to show how smart they are, to be able to, take a big job on and go, you know what, I'm just as smart as the rest of you guys. Sure, I didn't get an MBA from Wharton. Sure, I didn't go to Harvard Business School. Sure, I didn't do that, but I've been on the internet since I was 15 years old. I've learned about finance with my own money, with my own mistakes, with my own learning, with everything that I've done on my own. I figured out this scheme to break down Wall Street because you guys didn't want me to be there. And now I figured out a way to beat it, And it just, what really saddens me about this whole ordeal isn't about money won or lost. It's that I know that there are so many brilliant people in the world who just aren't getting the opportunity to show how fucking smart they are, while there's people who just have been given privilege who have never had to be smart, have never had to be cunning, have never had to figure out their way to make it week to week, and they just feel that they deserve it. And I know I jumped across it, and I'll let you, I don't know what I'm really getting at here, but it's just disgusting to me because the internet has leveled out information for everybody. It has literally evened the playing field. But we still have people who say you're not smart enough because you didn't have the parents who could afford an Ivy League school. You didn't come from this background. But we're just as smart as anybody else, right? Not all of us, but there's plenty of us who have been left behind, and it's disgusting.
Well, yeah, and there's nothing that creates more of a well-rounded human being than experience and having to make your own way into getting the things that you want or establishing the things that you want. And I will say that, I've recorded in a very professional studio before once, not, it's not like I'm a big fucking entity here, but I did get the opportunity once to record in a very professional studio where there was, the window to the booth and a whole fucking sound studio and everything. And it was fun, but all the same, I've never had a better time recording than when it was with you yelling over your loft, drinking beers together. And that's what really creates the magic.
I love hearing that. And my favorite memory was when you were down in the basement in the garage smashing bottles, and we were recording it over a cell phone call because that was what we had. Mm-hmm. That's what we had, and it actually turned out pretty fucking cool, And so not so much to pat ourselves on the back. It's just man, you just see how the world is rigged against people who haven't had a lot to begin with. When you start to see this, the way this whole system is put together, and just to think that now I believe you and I are pretty intelligent motherfuckers. I believe that we could offer the world a lot, but what we can't offer the world are the funds that it takes to actually make your voice have a difference. Because what people always want, here's the thing on the Wall Street Bets Reddit. If you don't have enough karma on Reddit, you can't post to their website. So they're actually like capitalizing or oligarchying or whatever the word might be, this open web form by saying, like, because I don't use Reddit a lot. I use Reddit to read other people's shit, and then maybe I want to post like 3 times a year. So I don't have like any karma, even though my Reddit account is probably 6 years old or so. So this is this whole idea of, because you haven't been recognized before, you don't deserve any recognition now. And that's literally something that needs to just be destroyed in our civilization. There's a better word than that I was looking for, but it really, it's terrible that so many who know so much are just pushed away because, well, you don't know better than us.
Mm-hmm. Because no one knows you.
So the thing with Trump here is, I understand where people came from. I didn't understand it even 2 weeks ago. I didn't even understand how people could have the wool pulled over their eyes so much that they could, like, fall into believing, that, like, the election was stolen, that these things were happening, that these other things were happening. And I was just like, I'm going to keep my head down. I'm going to keep working hard. I'm going to do what I believe in. I believe in our country. I believe that if I make myself some money, I can have a voice that makes a difference, that can actually play a part in democracy. And I believed in all of that until the day came with trading GameStop and the financial institutions shut it down. They canceled all momentum and they made things look very fishy. And I have now this one moment in my mind where I'm like, yeah, there is a system and it is working against us. And so this is where I just want to empathize with the QAnon supporters, the Proud Boys. I don't want to say that they're right. I just want to empathize that ever since I saw that one flaw in our system 2 weeks ago, with the way that our financial system works, and I saw that something was fishy, I think everything is fishy. I think everything that fucking happens in our government, in our financial institutions, I can't rid myself of the idea that things are fucked up. And now there's news reports coming out that I used to trust, that I used to put my belief into, and I used to say, you know what, they know what they're talking about. And I actually made some bad decisions by ignoring the mainstream media because I wanted to believe that they were against this whole thing. And so, like, the larger point I'm trying to get here is, I get it. I get how you can have one bad thing happen to you and all of a sudden it turns into everything's a conspiracy. Mm-hmm. And that's really my whole point here.
Sure. I think the moral takeaway from that would probably be, do your research, like do your due diligence in researching, not just from one source, but like look, like to make the point to make, do an extra couple clicks, click a few different articles or what have you. Actually, like, get all ends of, your information before you make an opinion.
But if I may, Matt, so I'm gonna be very real about, my finances, like, in this trade. Now, I am up 4 times on my money since I started trading last May. Anybody getting that kind of return over an 8-month period is going to be ecstatic about it. You're going to say, like, I don't even deserve to be that good. I am a noob. I am an ape. I am a fucking Reddit user who doesn't really know what's going on, but I'm just using, the information that's coming in and out to me. But this is the difference, is Like, so Jim Cramer, Mad Money, Jim Cramer hitting the buttons and